After touching and squeezing my dangling oranges, after hookweing me like an hookwear machine, you want to leave me? Never! Doris headed to Nathan's room to tell him that she's pregnant and that he should reconsider his decision. But when she got to his room, she started hearing Nathan's fiancé's ringtone. She was sounding like someone that's on Paradise. Nathan was giving her back to back. They were hookweing. Doris's phone fell down, making a sound. The sound distracted Nathan and his fiancée, Clara. Clara angrily stood up and walked to the door, only to see an angry Doris standing in front of the door. Clara was so angry that Doris disrupted their pleasure period. She yelled, "You good-for-nothing maid! What are you doing here? How dare you come up to my room by this ungodly hour? What do you want? Get out of my face, you rat!" Clara shouted at Doris, but she didn't flinch. She stood there boiling in anger. "I want to see Nathan," Doris said. "How dare you?" Clara shouted. "How dare you call him by his name, you mermaid? I'm going to teach you a lesson today." Clara raised her hand up to slap Doris, but Nathan stopped her by holding her hand up. Clara looked confused. "What is going on here, Nathan? Why is your housemate talking to me like this, disrespecting me?" "I'm sorry, babe," Nathan replied. "It's just that I treat my maid with respect. I allow them call me by my name, nothing much. But this one is extremely rude," Clara said. "It's okay, babe, let's go inside." Nathan took her inside, winked at Doris, begging her to leave. "I will never forgive him," Doris shouted. She took her phone and called her friend Nini. "Nini, I'm ready to do Kayamata." Nini was shocked as well as confused. The last time she told Doris to use Kayamata to control her boss, she refused angrily. So why is she so eager to do it now? "What happened, babe?" Nini asked. "Nothing," Doris replied in tears, her voice shaking. "Men are scum, Nini. Why do they do this? Imagine after everything I've done for Nathan. He brought a woman home last night and called her his fiancée. So what am I? What am I? Am I just an hookwear mate? I regret giving him my hookwear. Now he's saying I should leave the house and go with the $300 million. I will never do such a thing. Nathan and I are glued for life. Nini, I am pregnant. I don't even know what to do or say. Why did Nathan do this to me?" Nini felt her pain, but she couldn't do much over the phone. All she did was console her friend. "I'll come visit you tomorrow," Nini said and hung up. That night, after Clara slept, Nathan sneaked into Doris's room. He was so angry at her. He yelled, saying, "How can you be so foolish, Doris? I told you she's my fiancée, and you still went ahead to do that. Is this my fault that I treated you right? Please don't try that again," he yelled angrily. He was about to leave the room when Doris said in tears, "I'm pregnant, Nathan. I'm 3 months pregnant." Nathan stood there shocked, not knowing what to say. "How can you be pregnant?" He managed to say after a minute of silence. "Are you sure? Did you do the test twice? Did you reconfirm?" Nathan stammered, looking scared. "No, you can't be pregnant." What do you mean you are pregnant? You can't be pregnant." "How dare you?" Doris yelled. "When you were busy doing it every day, everywhere, different styles in different hours, you didn't know. When you were doing it without protection, you didn't know, Habi. Now you are asking me if I'm sure. I've never been more sure, Nathan. I am pregnant. Deal with it." She sat down and started crying. "Nathan, how can you do this to me? You never told me you have a fiancé. I thought we had something special going on. Please, Nathan, let's start our family together. Choose me, please." Doris knelt down, crying profusely, begging Nathan. Nathan looked so confused. He helped her get up and said to her, "I'm sorry, Doris, but that can't happen. Clara's father is a very big shareholder in my company, and I can't break her heart. If not, there's gonna be trouble. Please, Doris, take it out. You can start a new life with the money I gave to you." Doris was shattered. How did she fall in love with someone so cruel? "It's 3 months old already. I can't take it out," Doris said. "Don't worry. I know the best doctors. They will do it perfectly and you'll be fine too." Doris was shocked. Is this the person she was madly in love with? Nathan left her room. Doris was left all alone crying bitterly until she fell asleep. The next morning, Doris woke up to a bucket of cold water poured on her by Clara. "You useless maid. Why are you still sleeping by this time when your madam is already awake? Who will do the dishes? Who will cook for you? Nathan, I can't tolerate such behavior. What is this? You need to be very strict on your workers. Look, if you take this, I can't and I won't take it. Thank God I'm here now. I will deal with you. Nathan was shocked. How can Clara pour water on her like this? This is so unfair, he said to himself. But he didn't defend Doris. He kept quiet. Doris was so pained. She checked the time. It was 12 p.m. already. Yes, she overslept, but it's allowed because she's pregnant. Clara doesn't know this, but that doesn't give her the right to pour a bucket of water on her. Nathan dragged Clara out of her room. Doris called Nini in tears. She explained everything to her. Nini told her to come meet her at the bus stop. It is time to take her move, Nini said. Doris dressed up, and on her way out, Clara saw her leaving. She started shouting at her, "Where are you going without my permission?" But Doris ignored her and shut the door behind her. An angry Clara shouted, "You come back to this house and meet me." Doris met Nini and told her everything Clara and Nathan did to her. Nathan didn't even open his mouth to defend me. I'm very disappointed in him. Don't worry, babe. This Kayamata will give you full control over him. He won't even remember his name. I should have listened to you the first time you told me to do it. Doris said, well, it's never too late. They got to the location. Doris was a bit scared. The place was decorated with fetish-looking things. Nini noticed Doris was scared and she told her, "You are doing this to get your love back, okay?" Doris smiled and nodded. "You are welcome, girls," the Kayamata vendor said to the girls. Even before Doris told her what she wants to do, the woman said everything, leaving Doris scared. "Don't worry, you are in the right place. I'll lock him with this padlock." "What is his name?" the woman asked. "His name is Nathan." The woman started saying some incantation inside the padlock. She glued Nathan's name on the padlock. She put the padlock inside a white powder, took the padlock out, and she gave the powder to Doris to rub on her face. Doris did so without hesitating. "It is done," the Kayamata woman said. Nini smiled, thanking her, while Doris looked confused. "Are you sure it's done?" she asked. "Young woman, are you doubting the power of Okokomaipo?" the Kayamata woman said. "No," Doris replied. "Stand up and leave now. Your work has been done." They paid the woman and left. On their way home, Doris was confused. "Nini, are you sure this thing will work?" she asked. "It will, don't worry," Nini told her. Doris got home and was very scared to enter the house. She summoned up the courage and entered the house. She met Clara watching TV. Clara saw her, stood up and started yelling, "You left this house without my permission. Now you are going to leave this house forever." "No, I can't leave this house," Doris replied her. "Why can't you leave this house? I am the madam of this house and I'm telling you that you will leave this house today." "I can't leave, madam," Doris shouted, and they started fighting. Clara went to her room and started throwing her clothes all over the room. "You will leave my house today." Doris got emotional and started crying while dragging her clothes from Clara. Pa! A loud sound landed on Clara's cheeks. Everyone paused, shocked, confused. What just happened? Clara couldn't process what just happened. Doris was shocked as well. Did Nathan just slap Clara? She was wowed. "It's working. The Kayamata is working," she said to herself. Clara stood still, counting stars, trying to recover from the slap, and her burning cheeks. "What just happened?" Clara said, confused. "Nathan, why did you slap me? Did you just slap me? Because of your maid? How dare you?" Bah! Again, another one landed on Clara's cheeks. Nathan slapped her again. "How dare you touch my queen, my wife-to-be? How dare you do that to her? Why are you throwing her things out? You should be the one to leave my house and not my queen." Clara was shocked. She couldn't process what was happening. She left Doris's room, shocked and confused. How can Nathan slap her because of Doris, an ordinary maid? He even called her my queen. Is he blind? Or did he mistake me for Doris? She sat in her room, confused. What is happening? Clara said. Meanwhile, Nathan was being all clingy with Doris in her room. He was loved up, calling her sweet names and apologizing for Clara's behavior. "I'll chase her out of this house, my queen. Anything for you," he said. "What will you eat this night? Will you eat pounded yam? an egusi or jollof rice. Nathan went on and on talking. Doris stood still, shocked. This kayamata is a lifesaver. She didn't believe it could work so fast and well. She told Nathan she wants to eat pounded yam, and he quickly dashed into the kitchen and started cooking. Doris called Nini and told her everything. I told you, Nini replied. If you had done it since then, Clara won't be in that house. Better tell him to chase her out now. Of course I will, but not until I get my revenge from that witch. Yes, girl, Nini said, laughing. Omo Nini, I'm so surprised. Nathan hasn't cooked all his life, and now he's in the kitchen cooking for me. As it should be, Nini said, laughing. The ladies gisted for a few more minutes and hung up. Clara was shocked to see Nathan in the kitchen cooking. She tried to stop him, telling him to tell Doris, the maid, to do it, but Nathan ignored her completely. Doris stood by the door, smiling at the way Nathan was ignoring Clara. Clara got angry and went to sleep. That night, Nathan dished the food. He even almost fed Doris, if not that she declined. He carried the plates to the kitchen after they were done eating. He carried Doris to her room while smiling like he just won a lottery. He was being all lovey-dovey with her, and she loved it. Even before she asked him to do something, he did it. She was happy, satisfied, and became very relaxed. That night, she fell asleep while Nathan massaged her feet. The next day, she woke up to a delicious food aroma. She knew it was Nathan cooking. She stood up and went to the kitchen. She was surprised to see Clara cooking, and Nathan standing there looking at her angrily. "Good morning, my queen," Nathan shouted. Immediately he sighted Doris. He started kissing her all over her face. Doris saw Clara's angry face and kissed Nathan, who kissed her like he has never kissed before. Clara was very pained. She has to tolerate all of this because of her love for Nathan. "Are you going to cook the food or leave my house?" Nathan shouted at Clara, and she focused on cooking. Afterwards, she served Nathan and Doris. She also sat down to eat, but Doris ordered her to stand up and eat in her room. An angry Clara started shouting at Doris. "How dare you talk to me like that?" Nathan got angry and shouted at Clara, "Leave my house. You can't talk to my queen like that." Not wanting to leave, Clara kept shut. Doris surprisingly stood up and went into the kitchen, brought out a bucket of grounded pepper and poured it on Clara. Clara was shocked. She was in pain. "Nathan, help!" she shouted, but Nathan stood still, laughing and asking Doris if she's okay instead of Clara. "Get out of my house," Doris screamed. "You heard that right, Clara. Leave," Nathan said. Clara was pained, and she said, "If I leave this house, Nathan, the deal with my father is over. Is that what you want?" "I don't care," Nathan screamed. Clara was shocked. This deal means everything to Nathan, so why is he saying all of this? Clara was confused, but she took her stuffs, ready to leave the house. But before she left, she pushed Doris to the edge of a table. Her stomach hit the sharp edge and she started bleeding. Clara ran out of the house. Nathan rushed Doris to the hospital, where it was announced that she has lost her pregnancy. She cried. Nini and Nathan were there for her. They comforted her. It became just Doris and Nathan again. Nathan became more obsessed with Doris. He loved her too much and showed it. He wanted to be around her all the time. At every given opportunity, he was all clingy with her. Even when Doris uses the toilet, he wanted to be with her. Every time. It became so tiring to Doris. She wanted to have him all to herself, but now the love is showing to her is too much for her to handle. Nathan even stopped going to his office. It wasn't working no more. He spent all of his time with Doris. Doris was getting tired. She told Nini about Nathan's obsessive love. Nini was confused. "Doris, no be you say you want me to love you. I don't understand you, this girl." Oh. Nini replied, "Nini, you can't understand. He doesn't do anything. Doesn't go to work. All he does all day is stare at me and ask if I'm okay. He even follows me to the toilet when I go poo." "Manage him like that," Nini said to Doris. Doris wasn't into Nathan anymore. She was disgusted by his obsessed nature. She decided to tell Nini to unlock him so he can be free and can return to his former self, but Nini warned her of the consequences. Months later, a woman and a very handsome man showed up in Nathan's house. They introduced themselves to Doris as Nathan's mother and brother. They said they had to come from the United States because the company's stock has been down. The company is almost bankrupt and Nathan isn't picking his phone calls. All through the conversation, Nathan was staring at Doris. He didn't even acknowledge his mother's presence, which was surprising because he loves and adores his mother so much. Nathan's attention was on Doris, but Doris was busy eyeing Nathan's brother Jadel. Jadel noticed this and felt uncomfortable. Jadel and his mom wanted to lodge in an hotel, but Doris told them to stay with them. Nathan's mom was worried for her son. She had so much questions to ask. Why is Nathan behaving like he's under some sort of spell? She said to herself. She was suspicious of Doris, but she kept quiet. Meanwhile, Doris couldn't take Jadel's handsome face off her mind. He looks just like Nathan, but he's more handsome, she said. She decided to make a move on him. She made sure Nathan was asleep first. She dressed up in an exposed nightwear and went to Jadel's room. Jadel was surprised to see her, but it was expected because she kept lusting over him during the conversation with his mother. Sister-in-law, what are you doing here? Jadel asked, smiling. I just want to keep you company tonight. Do you mind? Let me warm your bed. You must be feeling cold, she said. Jadel smiled, and as the bad boy that he is, he let Doris in, and they awkward. Doris was so happy. She has not been held by a real man in a very long time, she said to herself, calling Nathan a woman. The next day, Doris woke up and was feeling uneasy. She felt like she was being controlled. She started shouting in pain, calling the attention of Nathan, Jadel, and their mom. I used Kayamata on Nathan. I'm sorry, it's because he chose Clara over me. I said it, Nathan's mom shouted. That's why my son has been so obsessed with staring at you. Get out of my house, she yelled at Doris. Doris went to Nini in tears. They went to the Kayamata vendor. She blamed Doris for sleeping with Jadel. You logged Nathan. That means you should love him, right? Why did you awkward someone else? That is against the rule of the Kayamata I did for you. That is why you confessed. She went back to Nathan to beg for forgiveness, but he didn't listen. Even Nini turned her back on her, blaming her for her predicaments. And that was how Doris went back to her village, empty-handed. The end. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. What do you feel about this story? Tell me in the comment section. I'll make sure to reply you. I see you guys commenting on the first part of the story, part 2. This is it. Thank you so much for watching. Please support this channel by dropping a comment. What do you feel about this story? Do you think what happened to Doris is what she deserves? I know she shouldn't have gone after Nathan's brother Jadel. What she did was absolutely wrong. She should have just stick with Nathan, but then she got greedy along the way. So I feel like she deserves what happened to her. So let me know of your opinion in the comment section. I'll make sure to reply everyone. Please subscribe to this channel and click on the notification bell, so every time I upload a video you are going to know and you come support your girl. Thank you so much for watching this story. Please do not forget to like, share to your friends. They also deserve to see this story and to learn from it. Thank you. And like I always end every of my story by asking you guys, what type of story do you like? Do you want to see more of romance stories like this, or are you a type that like horror stories? Are you a type that like romantic stories or adventure stories? Let me know in the comment section. You guys are my everything, so what you tell me I do. Tell me what type of story you want to see next on this channel, and I'm going to sit to it. See you guys in my next story. Bye.